3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, thank you for listening
That's
to
English.
Yep, it is English. Thank you for watching or listening to episode number 17 of Teddybears and Tentacles podcast. My name is Quinn, and I have with me today fresh looking mullet, Skinny Rick.
What up?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. Didn't sleep super well last night, but
Yeah, I haven't slept that great in the last couple of days. I'm not feeling too good. Yeah, you said y'all went and played some games last night. What'd y'all play?
I didn't play anything. They had already started something when I got there. So I just hung out on the couch. I did a little bit of Pokemanes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
How's your Pokemanes doing?
pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through the gyms.
Yeah, I'm pretty much finished with it almost. So I've been taking my time pretty good. But yeah, man, I haven't been playing much. And the reason that I haven't been playing much is because every Magic deck that I decide to play ends up getting banned. So I started playing again a couple months ago, and yeah, I got to play 2 tournaments before I got banned out. This last one wasn't a super substantial one. Yeah, I just got to change some stuff around, but pretty
also
lame.
it is
Yeah,
fairly substantial
yeah.
at
Well,
the same time.
it's just lame. The situation's lame. It is kind of messed up because like I had like that was an iteration of something that like really was my own thing for the most part, and now it can't be anymore. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can figure out make it to where it can, but it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but life goes
I'm
on.
out here playing not that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to play again soon. I don't know if I'll be able to within the next within like this month. We got a lot going on and all that. And if you didn't see anything on Facebook or the last podcast, we did a big studio update this last week. So we'll put some pictures of that up. I know that one of these walls y'all had never seen before, but we got a TV mounted. We got this cool wood
Yep.
paneling put up, and then we're gonna do some lights. Maybe by the time that this is edited, we'll have the lights up. We can put a picture up with the lights on it. And we did a few other things. We got a full control station for the producers and all that in the studio now. So really pumped. We're about to start putting out a lot more stuff. It's going to be easier on all of us, and
Got some
everybody will be happy.
IKEA going on.
Yeah, went to IKEA on Black Friday, and I got a few things, a desk and a chair and stuff. And some people say that IKEA is, crappy stuff. I think that, and they were at one point, or just not as good. But now their stuff is pretty good. It seems like.
I mean, I've never had any problems with IKEA furniture.
I got this dope Alice in Wonderlandy looking chair. We'll put a picture of that up with a cow print pillow.
Yeah, boy.
It's the most out of place. The chair and the pillow are the most out of place things
But
in
also,
this entire building.
it makes them in place
It makes them
by
in place in
being
here.
out of place.
Yep. So you're gonna be going out of town pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, in like a week and a half.
Yeah, y'all are going to Disney, right?
Yep.
Pumped about it.
I am. I'm also worried.
Worried about what?
I just, I don't know. Worried. I'm traveling again.
Yeah. Are y'all aren't flying, huh? Oh,
No,
it'll
but
be fun.
I mean, leaving town,
Yeah, it's a lot.
I got way too burned out over the summer. We'll see.
Yeah. See how it goes. I'm gonna be leaving right after service on that Sunday. So the following Sunday. Which I guess I could talk to you about some stuff afterwards. But yeah, so that's what we got going on this week. That's what we got going on these next couple weeks. We will be doing a Christmas episode, and that'll be good. I'm excited about it. We got a few different guests, got some different kind of stuff going on, and so everybody be looking out for that. As far as the schedule goes, I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll only have that one episode, the Christmas episode, come out on Christmas week. So we will not have one that Monday, and then I'll be out of town, so we may or may not have something the following Monday either.
But the Christmas one is going to be exceptionally large.
Yeah, the Christmas one's going to be good. If we have time, we'll try and do something for New Year's, but I don't want to promise anything because we got Skinny Rick traveling and basically me traveling right whenever he comes back. And then that puts me back only for a day or two before New Year's. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be shooting a few episodes of some podcasts whenever I go home. I'm going to redo this one that I did with a family member. I was doing for my family, and might do one with Josh.
Yeah.
And if we can figure out how to get it linked up to where you can be on that, that's something that we can do as well.
I was thinking about how we could do it and have an idea, and we can talk about it after.
Well, everybody does it with Skype.
Nah, I've got a better idea.
Okay. We'll talk about it afterwards then. So yeah, let's get into it. Do you have anything you want to hit before we get into anything?
No, I don't. I can't think of anything. I mean, my week's just been
a lot of work
in the studio.
Yeah, we've been working a lot. So I guess we'll go ahead and dive into it. Did you see the allegedly? Well, not the allegedly. That's not where I'd use it. So supposedly they found a 18,000-year-old puppy frozen in Siberia, I think, and it's actually pretty intact. So let's go down and see what different sites have stuff on it, and we can kind of decide from there. Do Smithsonian Mag. Yeah, let's do that. So this is pretty cool. I always think that stuff like this is cool. I mean, my big thing is I don't really understand how some of the aging things that they use to determine the age of stuff like this works.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, super ad.
I swear if there's another ad,
it's
gonna lose my marbles.
So let's read this. DNA tests on the well-preserved remains can't determine whether the little canine was wild or domestic. Go down. So the reason that this is a big deal is because if it was 18,000 years old, this is a regular puppy, which means that not only could the de-evolution of like the wolf species have happened even later than earlier suspected, but also like what we could be dealing with is two different species completely. Like potentially dogs were just always here, where they say that basically like through I don't know how to over the years, like they devolved into what we know now as like a domesticated animal. But it also would mean that we were domesticating them much earlier in time than suspected as well. I know that was a lot of me confusing myself, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
I got it.
So meet Dogor, an 18,000-year-old pup unearthed in Siberian permafrost whose name means friend in the Yakut language. The remains of the prehistoric pup are puzzling researchers because genetic testing shows it's not a wolf or a dog, meaning it could be an elusive ancestor of both. Locals found the remains in summer of 2018 in a frozen lump of ground near the Siberian-named river. According to the Northeastern Federal University of Yakutsk. See, now I'm confused, dude. Now I said it. Yeah, whatever. Parts of the animal are incredibly well preserved, including its head, nose, whiskers, eyelashes, and mouth, revealing that it still had milk in its teeth when it died. Researchers suggest the animal was just 2 months old when it passed, though they do not know the cause of death. The pup is so well preserved that researchers at the Center for Paleontologistics, I feel like they're misspelling stuff on this. Paleogenetics in Sweden were able to sequence the animal's DNA using a piece of rib bone. The result found that Dogor was male, but even after 2 rounds of analysis, the team could not determine whether it was a dog or a wolf. It's normally relatively easy to tell the difference between the two, said some guy. Okay, scroll down some. See if there's anything else. So here's some. We're looking at some pictures of it. It is actually like really well preserved.
You want me to keep going?
So as you go back in time, as you get closer to the point that dogs and wolves converge, it becomes harder to tell the difference between the two. The history of just how and when dogs split from wolves is unresolved. There's a general agreement among scientists that modern gray wolves and dogs split from a common ancestor 15,000 to 40,000 years ago. So keep going down. Yeah, so that's the next one says that there was always confusion about when dogs ended up with people and when we domesticated them. So is that it? That's the whole article? Yeah, so I just thought that was cool. Let's see if we can find some other pictures of it.
You want me to just go to images?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. I'm not. Do you understand how carbon dating and all that stuff works? How they determine the age of stuff like that? Let's look that up.
I mean,
look up how does carbon dating work.
It's not. It's also not the most accurate because we've carbon dated stuff from like the 80s, and it comes out to be like, oh well, this is several hundred years old.
So what is radiocarbon dating and how does it work? Scroll down. Radiocarbon dating has transformed our understanding of the past 50,000 years. Professor Willard Libby produced the first radiocarbon dates in 1949 and was later awarded the Nobel Prize for his efforts. Radiocarbon dating works by comparing 3 different isotopes of carbon. Isotopes of a particular element have the same number of protons in their nucleus, but different numbers of neutrons. This means that although they are very similar chemically, they have different masses. The total mass of the isotope is indicated by the numerical superscript, while the lighter isotopes are stable. The heaviest isotope, radiocarbon, is radioactive. That means that its nucleus is so large that it's unstable.
Yeah.
So
over time it decays.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know, man. Stuff like that always confuses me just because we were talking about it the other day. Like values that we have with things are still just numbers that we've placed onto things. You know, there's no real there was no instruction manual on stuff and numerical value and all that. So all of that stuff it's all still manufactured. Yeah, so I don't know, man. This thing could be 18,000 years old.
I don't know. I can't find it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of what you're talking about before, the boot or whatever.
They found that boot. I want
Type
to
in
say
fossilized boot.
I can't spell fossilized.
Well, what makes this fossilized?
I don't know. I just remember when I was researching this a few years ago, it talked about this boot that they had carbon dated that put it to be several hundred years old. But then you could actually look inside the boot and it had a date stamped on it from when it was made. That was like not that old.
Yeah, but it's definitely not fossil. I mean, it doesn't look fossilized to me. It looks like something was growing inside of it.
It's just like a chunk of wood, I think.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, limestone. I mean, fossilized just is it being preserved, you know?
Yeah.
Is it doing a save? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought the puppy thing was
Bang.
was kind of interesting. Anytime that we find something that, even if it's just a few hundred years old, to me it's still pretty interesting because
Oh, yeah.
it's far out of the scope of our understanding of how things were and all that. Like we have somewhat of a perspective on, you know, how things were happening a few hundred or a few thousand years ago, but nobody was there to really know for sure. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. Let's see what else we got. Look up artist tapes banana to wall.
That sounds...
Anti-Trump artist tapes banana to wall. So I want to say that this dude had something to do with one of the golden toilet situations that we had as well at one point. Sure.
What, gold toilet?
Yeah. Click it. So this is Fox News. Scroll down. The European artist behind the anti-Trump golden toilet is continuing his brazen streak with an expensive, wacky piece of art at Art Basel, Miami. For $120,000, an art aficionado with a very 1% wallet can buy Maurizio Cattelan's new work of art, a banana duct tape to the wall. $120,000. So, scroll down. Okay, so here is the golden toilet.
Mm-hmm. Which is another golden toilet. It's not the same one.
It's not either of the golden toilets or the diamond encrusted toilet that we looked up that one time. So, yeah, $120,000. Let's see if we can see the. Do they have a picture of this banana taped to the wall or no? No picture of the banana taped to the wall. Go to something else. Go to a different article. Man, we don't even have they won't even show a picture of it?
Yeah.
Go to any of them. It doesn't matter.
They probably don't have a picture of it, you know? Because then you just get it for free.
Yeah. But you don't get the actual banana.
I mean, yeah.
Or the wall. It has to come with the wall, right?
It'd be great if...
Or does he come... Dude, for $120,000, does this guy come and tape a banana to your wall?
I've clicked on it 5 times, and it's not doing the thing.
So, yeah, I saw that. I don't remember when, but I thought that was pretty weird.
Oh?
Some of the art... Some of the art, the stuff that's considered art that people are willing to spend money on just blows my mind.
Maybe it's a metaphor. Maybe he duct taped himself to the wall.
I don't know, dude. So,
because it's
people are willing to spend crazy amounts of money on some stuff.
Party.
Dude. It makes me sad for how hard I work.
Yay, ads.
You know, but that's how life works, man. Life rips for those people, you know.
Dude, all right. How about this, bro?
What?
Let's go get some cardboard, bro.
Yeah, sell it.
For 86 million.
All right, let's look this up. Electric eel powers Tennessee Aquarium Christmas
What?
lights.
Eel Christmas tree?
Yeah. So let's go down to you go to the NPR one.
Oh, here?
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so here we go. An electric eel in Chattanooga, Tennessee is sparking a little holiday cheer.
Bang.
Every time Miguel Watson, the electric eel, releases, dude.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I like that. Watson.
The electric eel's name is Miguel Watson.
Beautiful.
Every time Miguel Watson, the electric eel, releases a jolt of electricity, a festively decorated Christmas tree next to his tank at the Tennessee Aquarium flickers and glows. There's a sensor directly in his exhibit that picks up when he produces electricity.
Now, if I understand this correctly, electric eels don't actually do like an actual shebang electric. It's more like just like like if you get one of
the
those.
aquarium had already connected the sensor to a soundboard and a light board to correspond with Watson's burst. Okay, so what this thing is actually doing is it's just
sensing it.
Yeah, it's
he's
just
not
sensing
actually
when he's doing
powering
it. Okay, this is lame.
Well, it's not that. I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's not cool at all, dude. That's just like, like that's just clickbait. That would be like this. If I had a sensor in the bathroom that sensed whenever somebody pooped in the toilet, and then it made a Christmas tree light up. And then I made an article titled "Person's Poop Powers Christmas Lights." That's basically all it's doing. How much? All right. In the electric eel, some 5,600 stacked electroplaques are capable of producing a shock up to about 500 volts and a 1 amp current.
Well, that's actually...
So it's a decent bit, but I mean, it's still... I don't know. I'm disappointed that that's what that is.
I mean, I'm into
it's just
it,
clickbait.
But
I know, but it's just... I mean... It's exactly what I said it is. It's like you could do it with anything. Like just have a sensor that senses anything and then just title,
it powers.
Yeah. So, well, that was
I mean, he's got a good name.
Miguel Watson. Yeah, that's about the only thing that's good about that eel, dude.
Yeah,
he can't even produce real electricity on his own.
Did you see Stephen Knieven reenact the Jeffrey Epstein hanging?
Who's Stephen Knieven? Let me see this.
This old Stevie boy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Crowder, dude.
Oh, that was you just passed it up then.
No, that was someone else's channel though. That wasn't the original. Here it is.
All right, keep the audio off for this. We're gonna watch Steven Crowder recreate the Epstein hanging.
So basically, the way that this works is he has to reach. They did the research. Whoever the sciencey boys are determined that this is the amount of pressure that he'd have to reach in order to break his own, to break those bones that they say he broke. And the problem is that he couldn't. Where the heck?
He's dressed up like Evil Knievel or something.
Yeah. Stephen Knieven.
What the heck, dude?
It's really funny if you have the audio too.
So yeah, I mean, allegedly he had to tie it around his neck and then basically like lean to do it.
But also,
so they have a pressure.
Yeah.
gauge.
They got a pressurometer. They got 2 on him, one on the rope and one on his neck.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. I don't know if we can put this up there, but we'll definitely.
Right, here we go.
We'll definitely put the link in the description, I guess. 37, 38. Well, but how big was Epstein though? I guess
don't know.
Epstein was little,
and he's fairly large.
Yeah, remember we saw some stuff on that. Epstein's a pretty small guy.
Where is it? Here we go, dude.
Who is that guy? Is that I don't really watch a ton of Crowder.
I don't know, but he's doing it, and they can't reach it. Like, they're not getting that high. So he's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn around. And you're gonna grab my feet.
Oh my gosh!
And then they finally reach it, and they drop him. This part's hilarious right here. Freaking, he's like, he's like screaming and rolling around.
That's funny.
Hold on, it gets really good. Wait, where is it?
All right, they're shooting with the fire extinguisher. All right. Well, that's good. That's funny. So with the Epstein stuff, I don't think that I'm trying to remember if anything else happened. I want to say that Trump was caught in a lie just about his
interactions with him.
No, about Prince Andrew. Like, he said that he didn't know him, and then they brought up some interview or something with him where he said he was a cool guy and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. It's this whole thing at this point is just really out of control. I look it up every morning, and it's slowly turning into, basically not much. Like, people are, talking about why the Clintons don't have any investigation behind them, just based on how much time and their relationship that they had with the guy, how many times that they flew with him and stuff like that. And it just all seems at this point, I don't know, it goes so much back and forth. It feels sometimes like something's going to happen, and maybe something's going to come out, something important, and then nothing really happens. And I mean, the Prince Andrew thing for sure, that's a huge deal. But I mean, we don't even know what his jobs were. So they stepped down from his royal duties or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Did he just have to move out of the?
I think it just means
palace?
He's not working.
Yeah,
but it's not like he needs the money.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it definitely doesn't need it now that the island shut down.
So for sure, the big part of the puzzle that's missing is Ghislaine Maxwell, and once they can track her down, she's still
gone.
Yeah, she's still gone. They still can't find her.
Dang, dude. Maybe she's dead.
She could be dead. I mean, she could also be in witness protection. Who knows, dude? It just seems like if somebody like her, or if Epstein was in witness protection, why hasn't some big arrest or anything been made, or potentially I mean, it does go deeper. Is the web even bigger, and they're waiting to see what all unfolds and who all they can
snatch up,
grab. Who knows, man?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I can tell you this: anyone who was involved is squirming a little bit,
Dude, how much does it feel like Trump's been in office for 100 years? It feels like he's been in office for so much longer than 3 years.
I don't know, dude.
I was just thinking about it. It's another term is what's those people's worst nightmare, thinking like another term, dude. Like it feels like he's been the president forever, for so long.
I think it feels like he's
It's a
been the
weird
president
feeling.
for forever because people won't stop talking about him. Like that's the difference. Is sometimes we get presidents and they're just the president, but this time half the people here want to burn him alive.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. All of it's look, like you get a little bit of like the personality and who who the presidents are. Like that's really, honestly, that's the majority of the change that you see. Like you saw a lot of, changes in like diversity and the traditional way that politics handle themselves through Obama. You had gay marriage become legalized through him. I mean, it just, those were some of the biggest things. That pot legalization in some states, like it's just non-traditional stuff is what it felt like he challenged more than anything else. With Trump, it's like, maybe the economy looks like it's doing a little bit better. He's also like a big businessman, but like war's still happening, like we're still, sending troops places and leaving troops places just to do things like protect oil. Drone strikes are still happening. Like it just seems like the big agenda is still, that's still what's being pushed and what's still being accomplished through all this stuff.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't really affected me too much.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, being a minor and all that.
Once you turn 26 and get off your parents' insurance and all that stuff, you'll look at it a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird. It just doesn't. I don't know. It seems everything looks like it's just going as usual. Just the face changes,
Sure.
every so often. But and some policies change as well. But I mean, even if we see a Democrat elected, like, what does that look any different for these people that are in the situation that they know that they have some tie to the Epstein sex trafficking network or something like that? Like, would that look any different? Like maybe nothing gets done at all, no matter what. Like that's.
I don't know. Could be. I think we just need someone who's. We need someone who's humble. Really, is what it boils down to, in my opinion. We need someone who realizes that, it's not a game. We don't need people out here playing the game of politics. We need someone who realizes that there's a lot of responsibility that comes with this job.
But that's what all of them are doing right now. That's how you get elected, is playing the game, and that's why.
I know.
Like,
I'm just saying we need none of that, and unfortunately, we've built this like system, like we just expect that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not necessarily everyone, but it's just like there's like this expectation that whenever the elections come around, it's like, oh, well, it's going to be chaos for a while.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe this year will finally fall apart.
It's like little kids, dude. That's what it reminds me of. Like whenever I was little, my mom would like to get me in the car and not pitch a fit to go to the doctor. It's like, we're going to the mall, or we're going to Toys R Us, or we're going to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, maybe we go there sometimes and maybe we don't, but like for sure we're going to the doctor. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
It's weird, dude. It's strange with all these elections coming up. I don't know, dude. But it is. That is what it is right now.
I'm just hoping, because, all right, like, freaking, I just hope that we don't end up ruining ourselves,
Yeah.
Like, we got people out here screaming that if Trump gets reelected, that there's going to be blood. It's like, what? You're going to do what?
Yeah, but who's screaming that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just,
Yeah,
it's like people are out there saying this stuff. It's like, please don't do that. You know, like
I think the best thing
what the heck?
I think the best thing anybody can do is to trust your heart and don't let yourself be persuaded by different media and social media and all that stuff, because I've never been walking down the street and, you know, there was somebody running around with a shirt on it that said Democrat, you know, yelling that there's going to be blood in the streets.
No, but there's also freaking these kids out there at like rioting and protesting, freaking assaulting people over this stuff. It's
For
like,
sure,
like,
definitely.
There are people who are doing it, you know.
Yeah.
There's these camps out there where freaking Antifa's like, yeah, we're out here training with guns, you know, we're jumping out of Jeeps and practicing. It's like,
yeah, but have you ever seen any of the footage from those things? It's like I watched one not that long ago. It was like this one guy, like right-wing guy, who went to an Antifa thing and was like interviewing people, and they end up fighting afterwards, and like this dude literally beat up probably 15 Antifa. I'm serious. Like,
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
it's not
like my thing is just there are people out there who are saying this stuff and are like their actions are showing that they are willing to cause violence over it, and it's like, just don't do that. It's my thing, because the reality is like that's just gonna make everything worse, you know.
No, there's no doubt about it, but I don't know, dude. Maybe I don't consider myself, I'm not even gonna say that because I don't consider myself naive in the least bit, but I mean, it's like, if that ends up happening, it's gonna be like based on mass manipulation, not on Savannah is overtaken by Democrats.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they're like, this is
it's going to be through some crazy news story that breaks, that pushes a small amount of people over the edge. I don't think it's going to be,
well, I mean, we'll see,
nationwide panic. I mean, that's what they said it was going to be last time. And the 8 years before that, whenever Obama got elected, that's what was supposed to happen.
Well, we'll see. I don't want it to happen,
I don't
know,
dude.
Like, some people are crazy, dude. Some people are just bad people, and that's
for sure.
And like,
I mean, dude, Obama was a black guy that got elected. And
I mean, I'm sure that
being in church circles, you heard just as much as I did. He's the Antichrist. He's the divide his birthday 3 times by the 14th letter in the alphabet times 76. It 666. Like, there was a lot of that going on, and still there wasn't I don't know, dude. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening this time. Maybe in the future, but like he's already the president.
Trump?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But this is my thing. Is I get that it's not likely, but also that type of stuff has happened before, you know?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Like it has happened, which means it is possible, you know?
But it's never happened nationwide. It's happened in specific cities, like the riots in the 90s, the LA riots, like it's the LA riots. Even Occupy was, you know, it was in some big cities.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking about nationwide even. I'm just talking about at all. It's like, we just don't need. No,
for sure we don't. We don't need anything that's going to polarize these two political groups more than they already are. I mean, that's for sure. That would be the worst thing that could happen. I just don't see a bunch of protests. Well, I mean, maybe, but I don't see, like, you know, any crazy violent things happening based on it. I could be completely wrong, though. I could be wrong. There are crazy people out there.
Well, the good news is that if it does happen, we'll just put up the boards on our windows and eat some beans for a while.
Yeah, dude, I've I've been doing hurricanes my whole life. I know
Yeah,
how to
right.
deal with
people out there doing crazy stuff.
yeah. Or, I at least have told like what you're supposed to do, but don't feed them is what I've been told,
Don't feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't feed them.
Yeah, so let's see if there's anything else, dude. I guess I just want to talk about this really briefly. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So George Zimmerman has started a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's family for $100 million.
What?
Do you know what that is? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, for anybody who forgot or doesn't know, it was a young African American male that he had the hoodie over.
Now here's the thing. I know what it is. I don't understand the whole story. I just know that it was a very big controversial thing.
Yeah, so he's the one that had the hoodie on, walking through the residential neighborhood.
And he got stopped.
Well, the guy who, I can't remember if he was a cop or if he was just like neighborhood watch type thing, but he called it in, said, hey, there's this kid who's walking, like he's looking sketchy or whatever. They said, all right, we'll send somebody or whatever. Don't confront the kid. He confronts him anyway. And I want to say this guy was like half white, half Hispanic, something like that. He ends up shooting the kid, killing him, and the kid didn't have a weapon on him or anything. He had like some Skittles in his pocket. But this thing went on forever and like on the news and all that stuff. He went to trial. They found him not guilty. And then I want to say at some point, like something else happened, but
they found him not guilty.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so now I guess he's asking
I'm assuming, because what I heard is that it was like it was this big like one of the situations where it's just like I couldn't, like I thought he had a weapon, that type of thing. I'm assuming that's what went down.
Yeah, that's like allegedly that's what happened.
And, I mean, of course.
So, I mean, he was just found not guilty.
Yeah,
like that was it. And it was a huge thing at the time. I remember that, and it was a huge thing for years. It was a huge thing, and
people still talk about it.
Yeah, and for him to do this kind of thing and want to do this lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's family, I guess for like emotional damage, potentially like money that was lost through his trial and all that stuff. I mean, it feels like just a cry for attention to me, because like this thing was all up in the media for a long time, and now like we're doing this. Why now? You know what I'm saying? If you were gonna do that and you genuinely felt like these people owe me money, wouldn't you just do it right afterwards? Not guilty. All right, nobody leave the courtroom. Let's do the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Not. I mean, when did that happen? Look that up. When did the Trayvon Martin thing happen?
I don't actually know how to spell it. Okay.
February. So this was 7 years ago. Almost 8 years ago, basically. And 8 years is a long time to want to be pulling this kind of thing now. Lawsuit kind of stuff. I mean, there's some real piece of shit people out there,
17-year-old.
There just is. And yeah, so I don't know, dude. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. Whenever I saw that.
So he's taken the family to court.
Yeah.
For what?
I guess like the damage that was caused to him over the time through. I mean, it was a huge deal. It's gotta feel horrible to be the guy that's on the receiving end of a lot of crap.
Here's my thing. Even so, in a situation where I shoot a kid on and it really was, I thought he had a weapon. I did not wasn't trying to shoot some innocent kid. It's not the family's fault.
No. It certainly isn't. But so, I mean, why? if the family pressed charges, he was arrested, he had to go through an entire trial period and stuff like that, then
So
like that is
no, dude. It's been 7 years. You know.
yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I'm just telling you how you end up being able to do a lawsuit like that. That's how you end up being able to do it. You go and you say, these people press charges against me, you know, whether it be his family or the state or whatever. And so these people press charges against me. I'm arrested. I'm held in custody until the end of this trial. Let's say it doesn't matter how long it takes, any amount of time. And then after that, like with this particular situation where it was such like a racial fueled like conversation surrounding it, like this guy, George Zimmerman, is
this guy got
he is considered the racist guy that killed the unarmed kid.
I mean,
like that's what he's been considered for a long time.
His life is messed up now, dude. There ain't no getting around it. You know, you don't go anywhere and be like, oh, I'm so and so, and people not dislike you.
Probably crazy hard for the guy to get a job.
Yep,
all that stuff. I mean, I'm just saying that's how you end up. That's how a lawsuit like that is a thing that is allowed to happen.
I definitely think that you shouldn't wait 7 years, because at that point you're just reopening all the stuff, you know?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what he should have done if he was going to do that, and he really, in his heart, felt like, and he wasn't doing it for, whatever.
He just wanted to.
It should have been directly after his trial.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is how it should have went. Hey, George Zimmerman is found not guilty for, murder of Trayvon Martin. Also, the lawsuit, we're doing the lawsuit. You either get the money or you don't, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, that's how, dude, all right, nobody has this kid's family does not have $100 million.
Is that how much he's suing them for?
Yep.
Jeez.
They don't have it.
So where does he?
Most people don't. Most people don't have $1 million to get sued.
Why so much?
Don't know.
I think that's bullcrap.
Most of the time, whenever you see this stuff, like these big media situations, like this was, that's the type of numbers that end up.
No, dude, I said that.
I mean, it's the numbers get up there, dude. If you look at like, here's a different example: the Epstein accusers. Like, let's say those girls were. Let's say you're a 15-year-old girl that this thing happens to for 3 years.
Yep.
Or whatever.
You're out here doing the...
And then, like, later on, the lawsuit is $40 million.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing that I was doing at that age that was, like, worth any amount of money. You know what I'm saying? It's just the numbers, like, are, like, sometimes... Not that those girls don't deserve, like... I'm just saying, whenever... But you see these crazy lawsuits happen, it's like...
No, man. That's such a weird thing for me, because it's like, you deserve money. Like, to me, I just be like, I don't want your money, dude. I want that much time of my life back, Yeah.
Which you can never get that back.
And you can never get it back. That's why, right. That's why I'm just like, at that point, you just got to let it go, you know? You're not getting it back is really what it boils down to. And so, like, with this guy, it's like 7 years. You want money?
Yeah. $100 million.
Nah, you're not getting that back, dude. You're making it worse.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you're the guy.
Sue for how much money did you lose from your thing? How much money do you lose from the
thing? Yeah.
From being detained for that long and not having a job, and then let's take the potential of promotion through that job through, let's say, 8 years, and you get paid that much, and you get paid the difference for what job you're working.
But now you're the guy. Now you're the guy who shot the kid.
Yeah.
And then sued his family.
But is that worth? Yeah. But is that worth $100 million? That's what I'm saying. Like,
we're not like
it's that guy in 8 years would not have made $100 million.
No.
He wouldn't have.
No.
And like this kid who's 17 years old, potential was endless. You know, it's just crazy for that to go through somebody's mind, and they go, you know, $100 million.
You know,
and then
there's no way for us to know. But I mean, if this guy really was just really did think he was causing problems and was just trying to do the neighborhood watch type thing, like even with that,
yeah,
like you got to understand, if you ever pull the trigger,
yeah,
like that's it.
yeah.
There's
That's
no
what's happening, man.
like that. I mean, that's why all these like self-protection, you know, people that I follow are like, you need to try to get out of there first.
Yeah.
You need to try to just leave and let
Yeah.
the cops deal with it. You know,
Yeah.
if you can't do that, you need to be prepared to fight.
Yeah.
But there's no like, you got to understand that you're risking it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, yeah. I guess, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know, dude. I'm thinking about lunch,
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too.
but my food doesn't get here till like 1.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go run to the hospital real quick, right?
Yeah.
Visit a friend, and then we'll
Yep.
be back. And by the time we get back, your lunch will be here.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, thank y'all for watching. It's been another episode of Teddy Bears and Tentacles.
It has.
You can follow us on social media. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at TBAT Quinn. And you are?
TBAT Skinny Rick, SKINERICK. And y'all think I'm joking, but I don't do Instagram or Facebook. So all that
It's a good account.
all that dumb boy energy gets channeled through Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good account. You should follow it. I need to get more active on mine, but
I'm loving it, dude. Twitter, freaking Instagram can go somewhere else. Twitter's where it's at.
yeah, Twitter's fun.
Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a weird Discord chat for the whole world.
Yep.
You know?
It is certainly interesting. But I don't know, man. We gotta figure out how to get your stuff out there, because it is funny. Your twits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the fortune cookie.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Nah, dude, I don't have it worded properly, but dude, freaking like, dude, I don't want to say it because it basically really, if I simplify what I'm about to say, it just equals life rips. But it's like, really, dude, sometimes life is rough, but that's like when it gets good, you know?
Yeah, that's when it gets interesting.
That's when it gets interesting, dude. Freaking take the challenges you're facing and realize that what in reality, what is stopping you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, you know, you don't have to play by the rules, bro.
Yeah. Just don't get on the plane with old financial investors.
I mean, if you're going to, just know that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's it.
We'll see y'all next time.
Ta-da.